This video is brought to you by Card Kingdom. Hey, you need the cards for this deck? They got you, but they also got so much more. Maybe you want to treat yourself. Get that foil 7th edition Stormcrow for your Storm deck. Wait, that's what Storm does? Right? Well, hello there, random person on the internet who, well, if you know me, you already know what I'm playing here for my first video. But just to be sure, I've set up a Twitter poll, so let's check out the results. Ooh, okay, it was a pretty close race here, not gonna lie, but in the end, the winner was, Standard 2022? So, turns out Wizards delayed the release of Jumpstart Historic Horizons, so for today we are checking out the future of Standard with a deck that I call Ashaya's Devastation. It's a green-white Landfall deck, so we got the usual suspects here. We got Lotus Cobra, we got Scoot Swarm, ooh, we got another one. There's another. No, it's happening! We also got Ashaya planting little trees on our non-token creatures, turning them into forest, which is pretty useful if we say destroy all non-land permanents. Sure, our tokens die, but the rest of our board survives. Except the one of Felidar Retreat, which, you know, once we get best of 3 in the format, you should probably put the other 3 in your sideboard and throw a Toski in there, because these are pretty damn good in the right matchup. Anyways, there's a lot more to this deck, but I will go over this while it's happening, so let's waste no more time and jump right into some games. Let's go! We are on the play and we got a pretty good hand. Turn 2 Lotus Cobra, turn 3 Yashan is a pretty good game plan. Play a tapped land, opponent plays a mountain, Hall Monitor and swings in for 1. We draw onto inversion, play a land, play a Cobra. Opponent frostbites our Cobra, sure. Boots of Speed, so opponent really likes haste. Swings in for 1 and passes back. Play a Tangled Florahedron and a land, pass the turn. Relic Wobber, oh okay, swings in for 3. We get a Goblin Construct that pings us for 1 every turn, so I guess that's a clock. Stick to the plan, play a land, play a Shan, and get 2 lands out of the deck. Opponent Battlecry Goblin equips the boots and swings in. So they probably got another Frostbite here, but I think that's worth the trade here, because then we got a greater chance of our Scoot Swarm surviving. So a block with your Shan, and yep, there's the Frostbite, still a 2 for 1. We get pinged for 1. Ooh boy, okay, draw an Ashaya. That's gonna be pretty good here. Play Ashaya. It's a 7/7. Probably pretty hard for our opponent to deal with. They play a land, play Honey Broken Bow, and are empty-handed, so next turn's gonna be pretty devastating. We get pinged for 1, draw a Maya. Fun fact here, if we would play Maya, our creatures would get +1/+1, so we could attack with this Goblin Construct, but I think we got a better idea here. Play the land, play Devastating Mastery, destroy all of our opponent's board, and well, we can actually attack with the Florahedron here, leave a Shire back to block a Faceless Haven, and opponent, just draws a land, still not scooping. We draw an Evolving Wilds, play a Scoot Swarm, it will trigger itself due to a Shire making it a land, play Maya, trigger the Scoot Swarm, trigger itself, get a bunch of tokens, play an Evolving Wilds, get even more triggers, and our opponent had enough. Wow, what a game. Just keep in mind, usually we do play Ondu Inversion as a land and Devastating Mastery is only a one-off, but sometimes the situation is right. We got Ashaya and we blow up the board. This was one of those games. Let's go to the next one. Next game, we are on the draw with a pretty decent hand. That's a keep. Opponent plays a mountain and passes back. We play Florahedron as a land. Opponent plays a mountain and foretells a card, so probably not the regular mono red here. Play a Prosperous Innkeeper, which will allow us for 2 very different turn 3s here, so we can either use the treasure to play a Shan, get some lands into our hands. It's pretty good to use the treasure before we play a Shan, because it will shut down treasures. The other option is to use the treasure to play Scoot Swarm and then play and crack the Evolving Wilds, giving us 2 insect tokens and 2 life with the innkeeper. But let's see what our opponent does here. Oh, never mind. That's Ignis Inspiration, learning environmental sciences, destroying our innkeeper, and also telling us that they are probably just color screwed here and use the environmental sciences to get out of mono red. Let's play Yashan, get 2 lands and pass the turn. Opponent dual strike, Ignis Inspiration number 2 and 3, learning mascot exhibition and another environmental science. Well, okay, good thing we have another one. Play Yashan, get some lands. Oof. Wow, okay, maybe we should not get some lands here. Wow, that's a bit of an oopsie. I guess we discard to hand size now. Silver lining, we do play Ancient Green Warden, so we can replay lands from our graveyard. But wow, that was just a punt. Maybe learn from my mistake here. We discard a forest and pass the turn in shame. Opponent just plays a tapped land and passes back. That's pretty sus. I guess we just play a Lotus Cobra because it's not gonna be relevant anyways. Play a land, swing for 4. And well, just pass the turn here. Let's see what they do. Unexpected Windfall, which is basically just a tormenting voice because these treasures get shut down by Yashan. So not too worried about this. Environmental sciences, there's the island. Ugh, and there's the board wipe. And we have to rebuild our board. Although with this Scoot Swarm, it's gonna be pretty easy. Play the Swarm, play an Evolving Wilds and pass the turn. Wow, okay, Magma Opus targeting our Scoot Swarms, though we can crack Evolving Wilds, double up the Swarms, but they do draw 2 cards and get a 4/4 out of the deal here. So it's not very useful to play another Scoot Swarm, so I guess we just play an Evolving Wilds, pass the turn and hope for the best. Opponent does the worst, wipes the board again, activates Faceless Haven, swings for 8, we are down to 10, and this is getting pretty tricky, although we can, again, assemble a pretty huge board state here with this Scoot Swarm. Opponent bolts in a Shatter Skull Smashing and just passes back. Okay, we crack the Evolving Wilds, double up the Scoots, play Roiling Regrowth, create 8 more Scoot Swarms. Not enough to kill our opponent here, but pretty close to, so our turn, we play a land, double up the Scoots again, swing in for 12, teach by example, and oh god, another Magma Opus, and oh, okay, they are targeting us with it, so I'm pretty sure we're dead here. Okay, let's see it, opponent. Any burn spell will finish the job here. Oh, wow, oh. Okay, Crackle with Power will do it. 10 damage to our face, 10 to this very unlucky Scoot Swarm, and oh, not even mad here. That was pretty sweet, and that is GG. We managed to keep a board presence, but our opponent just had 2 board wipes and well, you saw the game. I want to mention though, this misplay with Yashan would have probably come back to bite us because we actually don't want to get our basics out of our deck if it's not necessary, because we want to tutor them out with Evolving Wilds and Roiling Regrowth. Okay, our opponent dunked on us before it was relevant, but if the game would have gone long, we would have probably been punished for this. So keep that in mind, don't make the same mistakes as I do. But I can't end the video on this one, right? We gotta play another game here. So one last game, let's go. And another game, again on the draw, but Prosperous Innkeeper plus Scoot Swarms, that's a game plan I can get behind, so that's a keep. Opponent plays a forest, we draw an Ashaya, play a tapped land. Opponent, Prosperous Innkeeper, not gonna lie, that's a pretty sweet turn 2 play, so don't mind if I do the same. Play an Innkeeper as well, pass the turn. They play Cleric of Life's Bond. This one will get pretty huge in the course of this game, so we gotta get some jump blockers, but we got just the right thing here. Scoot Swarm and a Stronghold, create an insect token and pass the turn. Soul Shatter takes care of our Scoot Swarm. They swing in. We don't block with the token yet because this Cleric is gonna get much larger. So we try to get a little bit more value out of this insect token and probably don't play anything here, since I think it's better to just play Roiling Regrowth and get some more explosive turns in the future. Opponent plays another Innkeeper, gets some life, and the Moon Dancer, so Wow, they gotta have some pretty huge creatures here. Good thing we're gonna have a lot of jump blockers. Play Roiling Regrowth, get 2 lands, and whoa, okay. Think it's best to just play the Scoot Swarm here, play the Evolving Wilds, and crack it so we gain 4 life and get 4 Scoot Swarms. So these are pretty good jump blockers here. Oh god, unless, of course, they have Lisette, which will give their team trample, so well, scratch the jump block plan. They grow their team and swing for 14. We take it, and well, to be fair though, we are doing some pretty crazy stuff now as well. So let's play a Shaya, which will trigger our Scoot Swarms, gain us 5 life, get 4 more Scoot Swarms, then play a land, get a bunch of life and a bunch of tokens. Opponent, okay, a Shaya gets its wooden soul shattered, but at least our opponent can attack here. Oh boy, this is gonna be sweet. Play Ancient Green Warden, and now we can play the Evolving Wilds out of our graveyard, and wow, I'm gonna fast forward this for sure. Okay, and here we are. Opponent plays a Sedgemoor Witch, gets some life, grows the team, gives the team trample, but I mean, I'm just gonna crack this Evolving Wilds, and I'm gonna stop the editing here because Arena is really struggling with this. There's the triggers, and that is it, I guess. Okay. You sure? Okay, there we go. And let's just fast forward here. And here we are. Oh yeah, right, our opponent was attacking us. I guess we can take it. And well, before we risk Arena crashing, let's just swing all, end this game. And wow, what a sweet game. Almost crashed Arena here. Quick side note here, it wasn't relevant in this game, but we could have used Ancient Green Warden to loop Bretagard's Stronghold, which we can activate every turn and then replay, so we gain lifelink and get counters. That's a good way to grind out matches against aggro decks, but I mean, we had all the life already and a million Scoot Swarms, so not necessary in this game. And well, I mean, that's gotta be it for this video. I mean, 2 to 3 games is what I'm looking for here. But it's my first video though. So I guess it's time for bonus game. Okay, quick little bonus game. A pretty okay hand. We on the play. Opponent says hello. We say hello. Our Thopter says hello. Opponent plays a tap land as well. We play a land. Play a Lotus Cobra. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Clarion Spirit, passes back. We play a land, get some extra mana, play Yashan, get 2 lands out of our deck, pass the turn. Opponent, Skyclave Apparition, our Yashan, so good thing we got another one. Although we are playing a land and play Maya here, so we don't get got by Skyclave Apparition again. Opponent plays a tap land, Elite Spellbinder, takes our Yashan. We can still play it next turn, although this Validar Retreat is probably gonna be better. Play a land, trigger our Landfall, get 2 tokens and a mana, play a Tangled Florahedron, pass the turn. Opponent plays a land, Sparring Regiment, learns Environmental Sciences, casts it, creates a Spirit, swings for 4. And we draw, okay, we draw a Shaya, so, well, this is gonna be insane. Play a Shaya, trigger Landfall, play a land, trigger Landfall again, have enough mana to play Roiling Regrowth. So now we get 2 lands, now we can grow our team, and I think that's it. And I think we deserve ourselves a little winner's treat here, so go bring me a cake, boy. This game is over, and yo, what the f. And that is it for the matches. The deck is pretty sweet if you like clicking and triggers going in the stack and waiting for Arena, because I edited out a lot of this in this video. Keep in mind, it's not the best in the format, because it can be hated out by removal pretty easily. Also keep in mind that we don't have the full post-rotation standard card pool yet, so maybe Innistrad will bring us the dual lands to splash into Naya for cards like Valakut Exploration or Nahiri's Lithoforming. We might also get a Ghost Quarter type effect to loop with Green Warden. But most of all, we are getting Ren and 7, which will fit the deck so perfectly with every one of its abilities. And I can't wait to see what Innistrad will bring to this deck, but also to Standard as a whole. And that is it for this video. It was my first gameplay video on this channel. I also do animations, so you can check them out on the right here. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and tap that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. Next time, we are going to play some Historic Brawl with the new Jumpstart cards, and boy, I am super excited for this. And well, what can I say? I'll see you in the next one.